Summer's now upon us and the weather is looking absolutely amazing, especially in London. So I decided to head down to King's Cross to go and visit the Samsung KX store. And this is because they are releasing the brand new Galaxy Fold7 and Flip7, and I wanted to get my hands on it. So myself and a few others were presented with a presentation by some of the Samsung employees, and they were going to give us a breakdown of some of the key features that is inside the phone. So let's actually deep dive into these key features and see whether the phone actually caters to you or to anybody else that's going to be watching this. Now firstly, let's kick things off with the Samsung Galaxy Fold7 and let's see the first impressions. So this is the thinnest and lightest fold Samsung's ever made. You feel it instantly the moment you hold it in your hand. Majority of the time when I was holding this phone, I didn't realize I was still holding onto it. That's how light it was. Unfolded, it's just 4.2 millimeters thin. That's USB-C port thin, people. And when it's closed, it's only 8.9 millimeters, which is crazy when you compare it to last year's Fold 6, which was 12.1 millimeters. And compared to my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, which is 8.2 millimeters, this Fold is bringing triple the screen with barely any extra bulk. I think it's very interesting that Samsung went down this route. I think it's actually the right way to go, but I'm just quite impressed they managed to actually contain all of the functionality, all of the parts inside a phone that's this thin. The Fold7 actually weighs at 215 grams. It's a whole 24 grams lighter than the Fold 6, so it's lighter, it's thinner, and somehow still a powerhouse. So with this, you're also getting a massive 8-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x Infinity Flex display. It's vibrant, it's very cinematic, especially if you're the type of person that likes to watch shows on your phone like Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. I think for a phone that you can unfold and it looks like a tablet in your hand that's really, really thin, very easy to carry around while still getting very, very vibrant colors. I think this is really cool. Cover screen's got a glow up as well, so it's now 6.5 inches corner to corner with a 21:9 aspect ratio, which makes typing feel so much more natural. So if you've got big thumbs like me and you struggle to, sometimes when you're typing, your thumbs accidentally click two keys at the same time, this is going to be a lot more easier with a phone like this because of how wide it is and how much surface area there is. Now with the Fold7, it has a 200 megapixel flagship camera. Now I know it's very difficult to have a camera of this quality and keep it thin in line with the actual thickness of the phone itself, which is probably a drawback in this case. So the camera sticks out of the phone, and if you do lay it down flat on a table, yeah, it's not necessarily flat now, is it? So I guess in that case, you kind of have to pick your struggle. Do you want an ultra thin phone with a not so great camera, but at least you can put the phone flat on a table? Or do you want a phone that is ultra thin, but the camera kind of sticks out, but the camera quality is A1? I guess with Samsung in this case, they've gone with the camera quality. Now with a good camera and a phone that is going to perform to its optimal level, you will need a chip to support it. So with this phone itself, you are going to get the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, which is going to be great for saving your battery. You're going to have a lot more efficiency when it comes to your battery life, but you're still going to have that great buttery performance that you expect from a phone of this type of caliber. So again, that's quite interesting that this phone has the same chip as what is used in the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, the Snapdragon 8 Elite. So they're really packing in as much performance into this phone as possible. One of the interesting things that they showed us at the event with the phone was that the ability to communicate with somebody who potentially speaks a different language from you using this phone. Now, how would that work? So essentially it's like you fold the phone and your screen would appear on one side, which will face, for example, we can use an example like you're inside a shop and you're trying to communicate with the attendant. So from one side, you're seeing your translator in English facing you, and from the other side, you're seeing the translation face the actual attendant. So as you're now starting to speak to your phone and it's doing the AI translation, it will show you on your side what you're saying, as well as on the other side as to the attendant. Now, these are some of the incredible ways you can actually use this phone in real life situations, which I find to be quite intriguing. So this is one of the examples that one of the Samsung employees actually said that they use the phone for on their day-to-day experiences when they're traveling the world. Now let's flip the script. Pun intended. No, seriously, pun intended. So look, Samsung Galaxy Flip7 is Samsung's sleekest and thinnest flip phone. And you can see the side by side with the Fold7, they both look incredibly well built next to each other. So with the Flip7, you get the strongest ever processor and battery that has ever been introduced in any Samsung flip phone. You will get the powerful Exynos 2500 processor and a all new Infinity Flex window. This will offer a totally new immersive view and experience, even when the phone is closed, stretching right from edge to edge. With this new Flip7, you will get that end-to-end immersive experience on the phone when the phone is closed, despite the camera being on the actual body itself. Especially when you compare it to the previous model, which they kind of had like a black bar that removed some of that immersive experience on the phone. But on this brand new one, it's an end-to-end experience. With this phone, you'll also get the voice AI with the Flex experience, so you can still interact with Gemini AI whilst the phone is closed. So color-wise, the Fold7 and the Flip7 will have 3 main options to choose from: the silver shadow, jet black, and the blue shadow. Personally speaking, I definitely gravitated to the blue shadow. But on top of that, there is an additional exclusive color as well. So if you're shopping online, keep an eye out for the mint green exclusive. If that is something that fits your need, then obviously you would go for that. Now, whilst using these phones, I'm obviously aware of Gemini being built in. So I'm used to using Gemini even on the flagship phones too. But with the Flip7 and the Fold7, whilst we were interacting with them, we were told that there's a thing called Gemini Live. Now, this is something I'm not too privy to until that day. Gemini Live takes what you would normally do with Gemini, but into a whole new immersive experience that is completely taking AI to another level, in my opinion. So with this task, we were told to put on the cameras on the Flip7 and the Fold7 and point it to an open Samsung fridge. Inside the Samsung fridge was some different ingredients. So there was milk, there was honey, and other stuff in there as well. Now, as we activated Gemini Live, we then asked Gemini, do we have enough ingredients, or do we have the right ingredients in here to make an iced matcha? And Gemini then responded and says, yes, we do. Go ahead and grab the milk from the fridge and the honey from the fridge and so forth and so forth. And then I pointed the camera towards a table where there was a bag of matcha and some other stuff there as well, and ice and whatnot. And Gemini would scan the whole area of what you are showing on your phone, and it would then talk to you and say, grab this, mix this, do this and do that to actually create the iced matcha. So you can actually use Gemini Live to do various different things, such as, you know, if you want to build a chair, if you want to build a desk, and you know, maybe you've lost the instruction manual, so you can actually point Gemini Live to it and ask it, how do I go about building this? You can put the tools on the ground, and then it will now tell you, grab this, turn this, build this, and build that. So in this case, with this exercise, we were actually making matcha. So go ahead and have a look at what this looks like.
You can add the rest of the oat milk. Do you want to add any sweetener, like the honey?
Do you want to add any sweetener?
Or after that?
Yes, I want to add some honey.
Okay, go ahead and add the honey to the matcha mixture, then stir in the rest of the oat milk. After that, you can add some ice and enjoy your iced matcha. Okay, you've added the honey.
If we're now considering how much it's going to set you back by, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 will cost you roughly 1,799 Great British pounds, or almost 2,000 US dollars. And the Galaxy Z Flip will cost you 1,049 pounds, or $1,099, which is pretty hefty. Yes, that does cost you more than the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and it is a pretty steep price, personally speaking. If you have the money, go for it, I guess. So what do you think? Do you think Samsung has done well with the Fold7 and the Flip7? Is this something that you might be intrigued on? And how does this actually compare to the other manufacturers that also have fold and flip phones as well? I want to hear your thoughts on that. And please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this page. It will definitely help me out. And I look forward to making more content like this as well. If there's anything else you want to see coming from my channel, feel free to put a comment on there. Anything you want me to touch upon, I'm willing to do some research and to do some videos on that as well. So let's do some collaborative work with this too. So I will catch you on the next video, and I'll see you soon.